जिसका नाम है रोल ऑफ बैंकिंग एंड गवर्निंग बॉडीज। मैं स्टेज पे अपनी सहयोगी अदिति को बुलाना चाहूंगी। मैं मंच पे अपने पहले पैनलिस्ट को बुलाना चाहूंगी। जगदीश सिंह माचा is the current president of RERA Punjab. He is also MD at PCL, housing redefining infrastructure, actively contributing for the real estate industry in Hyderabad and across Telangana. Welcome, sir.
जी तालियां कहाँ हैं?
जोरदार तालियां। Then we have Rakesh Kumar Goyal, Chairman RERA. Shri Rakesh Kumar Goyal joined as Chairman of Real Estate Regulatory Authority, Punjab on 30th of September 2024. Welcome, sir. Then we have Mr. Pawandeep Singh Bawa, National Credit Head, Home Loan HDFC. He oversees the retail lending operation for the states of Chandigarh, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Rajasthan. Welcome, sir. Welcome all. Over to you, Aditi.
थैंक यू सो मच। तो आप लोग सबसे पहले तो आज आपने जितनी ताली में कंजूसी की अब आप लोगों की पनिशमेंट लगेगी, ठीक है? आप लोगों को ताली बजानी है जोरदार तरीके से ताकि गेस्ट को लगे कि ऐसी ऑडियंस में आए जो रिसेप्टिव है। थैंक यू सर। सबसे पहले तो क्रेडाई को हो गए 25 साल, क्वार्टर सेंचुरी आपने लगा दी। ताली मैंने पहले ही इसीलिए बजवा दी थी कि कंजूसी कर देंगे ये, उस समय मैं टोक भी नहीं पाऊंगी। भैया आप लोगों ने तो हद कर दी, बजाइए ना।
Thank you. So ours is a very vibrant community. I think they are fully enjoying the hospitality and the topics which are chosen by News 18.
जी थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच। यहाँ पर सबसे पहले तो 25 साल शानदार रहे, आगे के 25 और भी बेहतर होंगे, मैं तो आपके लिए यही दुआ करती हूँ।
Thank you.
लेकिन अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ इन 25 सालों में आपने जीडीपी का अभी अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो करीब 8%
True.
जी, और
Yes,
यू आर
it is
आइंग
achieved.
13.5%
Yes,
बाय
by
2030।
Yeah.
हाँ सर, कैसे होने वाला है, कैसे करेंगे?
The way India is going, when we are aiming for 5 trillion economy, and I think real estate is the only industry which is really contributing. When we see the statistics, you are saying 8%. It is true. But when we take the total contribution of our sector, we are supporting 250 ancillary industries. It is more than 50% what we are contributing. When we talk of employment, we are second largest after agriculture. And India is growing. India is achieving at least targeting from 3 to 5th position across the world. And real estate infrastructure is the only contributor which can take India's strides to that achievement. So the real estate is growing, the standard life standards are growing, and as we are proud Punjabis as the leasing partners, they said that Punjab is being taken as an example for the entire country. They are telling the South to visit Punjab if they want to see how the brands present and how they take care of the real users. If tractors are given regard, this is a high time for the Punjab and for the North and for the India also.
सर ट्रैक्टर को कैसे नहीं देंगे आप? हाईएस्ट रिगार्ड भाई, अन्नदाता का है वो वाहन।
True.
चीरता
If this spirit is there in our realtors, I think
शामत करानी है किसी ने कि ट्रैक्टर वाले को नहीं देगा।
ट्रैक्टर वाले को देना बनता है, and we are proud that we are giving, and we are proud of our developers, and things are happening for good, and we are proud that we are working for the making of great India, for the country which is ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਪੀਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ। So everyone is happy.
Everyone is happy और happy होना भी चाहिए।
Yeah.
And the more the merrier, जैसे बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में ना।
Yes.
तो राकेश जी, मैं बहुत ही लिमिटेड सेंस में आपका रोल अगर डिफाइन करने की कोशिश करूं तो मन में एक वर्ड आया, नॉट एग्जैक्टली बट टू एन एक्सटेंट। एक पुलिस का रोल है आपका, पुलिस का, एक कस्टोडियन का, एक स्ट्रिक्ट कस्टोडियन का। सही बोल रही हूँ कि नहीं कि भाई सर्टेन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को इम्प्लीमेंट करना है?
Not a police role, a very nice regulator. If you see that all that investments which have come after 2017, is only because when the RERA stamp is there on a project, we call it LOT, the purchaser, the consumer gets a lot of sense of security, and he is assured that the project is really going to sustain, the project is as per the standards, and he will get the delivery. So this kind of confidence, as you can see in the share market after coming into SEBI, probably it's much more than that, because SEBI investments may be of any amount, but here is the investment of the lifetime of most of the consumers, the so-called allottees. So it has put a big role, and we, as a regulator, yes, we define and examine many things, but ultimately it is the promoter, is the developer who has to do all that, and the confidence of the consumer has boosted after coming into RERA. And most of the things are already there now. The competent authorities, so-called GAMADA, PUDA, and other authorities, they examine all those documents. But by that time, we also examine certain documents, especially the land has a clear title, the project has all that clearances, or he will obtain that clearances, the area is such. And looking into the background of the promoter, financial stability, and then we register it. And I don't think there are any hassles now in the registration of the projects, and it boosts the overall business of the, and developing of infrastructure, very well organized houses, gated societies. So it has contributed a lot, not as a policeman, but as a regulator, and our role is a developer also. See the act itself as a regulation and development. So we take care of the development. We don't want to be hindrance in the development. But yes, little bit regulation boosts the confidence of the consumer.
Sir, a cop can be a nice guy. He needs to be strict with someone who's violating the law. Otherwise, they can be a nice guy. So I didn't mean that you are a bad guy. Police does a fantastic job, and that needs to be appreciated, and that is what I also meant with regards to your role. So I'll talk about the challenges also. और मैं वो आपसे भी पूछूंगी सर, आपने ऐसी hunky dory picture
we have
paint
extended
किए ना?
red carpet welcome to RERA. See the registrations of my developer brothers, and it is the kicks point when the RERA has started its role, playing a big role, because the developers have accepted. And I think after Maharashtra, North Punjab is on the top as far as the registration. Even our channel partners, they are on a good scale. So they also in the same queue, abiding by the
सर
norms.
मैं आपके पास वापस आऊंगी, अभी जरा लोन वाले जो सर है ना उनसे बात कर लूँ थोड़ा सा,
So that's
क्योंकि अभी आप लोग जैसे अपने कंज्यूमर की बात कर रहे हैं ना, हमारा भी जो फाइनल कंज्यूमर है, जो इस ब्रॉडकास्ट का कंज्यूमर है, वो हम जैसा आदमी है, हम जैसा व्यक्ति है, जो यहाँ पे किस किस का सपना है कि भाई घर हो उसका अपना, सपना तो सभी का होगा, लेकिन रेज योर हैंड, बस इतने ही लोग चाहते हैं अपना घर।
बन चुके हैं जी,
बाकी बन गए क्या?
बन गए उनके।
बंगला है या किसी का सपना बंगला तो नहीं है कि इसलिए हाथ ना उठाओ कि भाई घर और बंगले में तो अंतर होता है ना, हमको हाई राइज बिल्डिंग में बैठा देंगे। हाँ चलिए, तो सर यहाँ पर अगर मैं आपसे बात करूं, हमने जब मैं घर के बारे में सोचती हूँ तो बहुत सारे गाने मेरे जहन में आते हैं कि भाई घर को लेके एक फैसिनेशन, और वो एक नथिंग अगेंस्ट इट, एक्चुअली इट्स अ वेरी वेरी मच पार्ट ऑफ आवर बेसिक नीड। तो ये जो होम लोन का बिजनेस है सर, वो रेजिडेंशियल में भी, मैं तो घर कह रही हूँ, कमर्शियल में भी, दोनों में क्या इनसाइट्स आपके हैं? यू हैव बीन डूइंग अ फैंटास्टिक जॉब, क्या इनसाइट्स हैं? और सर ये बताइए, लोग मुझसे हमेशा पूछते हैं, मैंने भी लोन लिया, खैर थोड़ा सा जर्नलिस्ट होता है तो एक क्रेडिबिलिटी अटैच्ड रहती है, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग थे जिन्होंने मुझसे कहा अभी अप्लाई कर दो, 4 महीने लगेगा, 3 महीना लगेगा, बहुत देर हो जाएगी। सो उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा सा, जो आपको इस समय देख रहे हैं हमारे डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स में, उन्हें गाइड करें थोड़ा सा।
So thank you for getting me here. I think, but before I answer to your question, I think let me address, sir, here that it is not about policing. RERA is definitely not about policing, and ever since RERA got initiated, I think nearly a decade, ho gaya, nearly 7 years. the confidence that the banks have now when we go into...
Sir, can you hold the mic closer?
The confidence that the banks have now when we go into looking at a certain project in terms of whether all the permissions are in place. So it gives the bank a lot of confidence that it is a RERA approved or RERA certified project. Also, it gives a lot of confidence, like Sir said, that for the consumer or for the investor or for the home buyer who's looking at it. So he gets a lot of confidence that one, it is endorsed by RERA, and of course there is a bank behind it who has done its bit of due diligence on the project. So I think it's more about giving confidence to the real estate industry per se, and policing is secondary, I would say.
I mean, watchdog,
watchdog.
and जो भी आपने कहा ना credibility, because you know that it will be insured somehow,
True. Now back to your question. Yes, roti kapda makan.
Roti kapda makan, and makan is very important.
Makan is extremely important, irrespective whether it's small, big, or a villa or a
Always
bungalow.
a dream.
It is always, and on home loans, if we talk about 10 or 15 years ago, the home loan percentage to the entire GDP was about 5 to 6%. It has now reached to levels of about 12.5, 13%.
So it used to be 5%.
Yeah,
now
so
it stands at 12%.
12, 13% as a mortgages to the GDP. In a developed country, it is a good 60, 70%.
Okay.
So there is enough scope, there is enough market for everybody to grow, for developers, for builders to come in, launch projects, for banks to get in and lend money. There's enough. The market is huge, and we are at the cusp of getting there to the next level. Technology is helping a lot in terms of you talked about 4 mahine lagenge, 3 mahine lagenge loan ko karne mein. I don't want to say for a sanction to happen, it probably would take 3-4 days, 5 days. Good case, good customer, everything maybe 2 days. That's the average. But in the real estate, when somebody has to look for actual disbursements to happen, actual money to go out, it all depends when the demand from the builders come up. It all depends what is the stage of construction, and we have RERA here monitoring the stage of construction very closely. So it all depends on that. That was on that. On the insights on the housing thing, what in the recent couple of years, what we've seen is that the demand for affordable housing is there. Affordable housing, we would say something in the up to 50 lakh cost. There is a huge demand, but the supply is now dwindling because we've seen a shift happening towards luxury and ultra luxury space, and that is growing. That is actually growing. 1 crore plus to 1.5 crore plus apartments. So the demand is both sides. At the affordable housing and as well as on the luxury bit. Yes, the government is also doing a lot on the affordable housing. Just recently, they launched the PMAY Pradhan Mantri scheme, the second version, 2.0. And that should, encourage people to come into that segment, because that is a segment which has actually seen a degrowth in terms of the number of housing projects that get launched in the affordable segment or the number of customers that are coming. So that is a bigger... so I think the message for the developers here or to developers who are listening into this would be to focus a little bit on the affordable segment. Yes, there was an affordable segment boom a couple of years back, but I think we need to get that back because मकान वहाँ से आता है, बाकी तो villas हैं.
नहीं, लेकिन एक मैं सर के पास वापस लौटूं तो एक ऐसे ही जस्ट आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी, आप किसको लोन देना चाहते हो, एक होम बायर को या एक in commercial ventures? Which one you prefer as a bank?
No, as a bank, we do both funding, both commercial as well as...
No, you do, but which one you prefer?
Housing is a bigger segment for us. Housing is because that caters to a lot of needs of the people. Commercial is more in terms of investments, leasing, returns, That is a second. I have a house, and I can probably look at a commercial space. के तो लोग घर हो गया अब एक rental के लिए कुछ ले लेते हैं. But I think for basic human needs, it's the house first. So I think that should answer.
Okay, okay. जगजीत सर बहुत देर से कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं. He's just holding himself back. जी सर आपने मुझे बताया सब बहुत अच्छा है, सब जी चंगा है जी, हैप्पी है जी. कोई चैलेंज है कि नहीं है?
Challenges तो बहुत हैं जी. When we woke up in the morning with lot of challenges and try to meet all the challenges. मेरे को एक डेवलपर ने बोला थोड़ा सा एक्सट्रीम पे चला जाएगा. He's Delhi based. He said, मैं क्या in which office you sit? कहता I sit in office because where I feel that I have to face lot of bullets coming. See, the expectations of the end user are lot of from us. The expectations of the government departments are from us. And the expectations of our employees are from us. And as I said, कि real estate में जब हमने when we realized during COVID, it was a bad phase. The home is the first and the last necessity. This means all the challenges are basically on the developer. We are the key player, and we deserve that kind of treatment also because we are to work. Otherwise, the mind will blast. And we are lucky that, see, this platform is being chaired by the watchdog you called. We don't call them watchdog. They are guiding us. They are our guiding spirit because when RERA has come, Kadai is a contributor. When people give an ad, they love to write member Kadai. And when member Kadai approaches our honorable authority, the authority gives a weightage that yes, they are authorized sector because there is no scope of unauthorized development in at least north. We discussed that. Come on the authorized platform and you provide the best facilities to the end users. You abide by the norms, and sustainability is a major challenge because it's not a word only. Now it is a reality. You are to live in sustainable. If you don't adopt the sustainable principles, my friend Jeet Kumar Gupta, very senior authority on sustainable, he always say it's a part of life. It is way of life. So we are facing a lot of challenges and thankful to God that we are meeting all challenges because we belong to a committed fraternity of developers. It is not only our bread and butter, it is that we are to give back to the society and we want the same thing which we are enjoying in sustainable part or the other ways, let the next generation also given this chance. So it's a commitment. It's not only a profession. It is a commitment.
So commitment should be kept.
Yes.
That should be the priority.
Yeah.
So राकेश सर एकदम सर हिला रहा है एकदम agreement में है आपके साथ. So ये अच्छा लगा मुझे कि अक्सर कहा जाता है कि synergy में काम होना चाहिए, synergy होनी चाहिए.
We always call that we are partners in service. एक step शायद आगे चलेंगे, एक step पे रुक भी जाएंगे. Everyone who is working for the making of a better country is a partner in service. If anyone deviates from this kind of principle, I think he is not a professional. If we are partners in service only,
Sure.
then we can think of the 5 trillion mark.
जी राकेश सर आपसे अगर मैं कहूँ challenges, आपने इतना nicely अपना role define किया तो ऐसा लगा मुझे कि आपको तो चुनौतियों की थोड़ी सी कमी होगी. नहीं तो अक्सर सबसे पहले आके बताते हैं जी हम ये चैलेंज का सामना करते हैं, हम उस चैलेंज का सामना करते हैं. और डेवलपर्स की जब बात की जाती है तो एक होता है टाइमली डिलीवरी की बात की जाती है कि भाई जो हम कस्टमर की बात कर रहे हैं, कंज्यूमर की बात कर रहे हैं, उसको हर चीज़ एक टाइम बाउंड तरीके से चाहिए क्योंकि उसकी पूरी प्लानिंग उसी के तहत होती है. व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ चैलेंजेस डू यू हैव और यू फेस?
See, first of all, I will advise all the consumers, whenever they book any flat, any plot, anything, they must see whether it has a RERA registration. We always issue a RERA registration number. The RERA registration number is always on the advertisement, and they can visit our site. They can see the web page of the developer. So this is my suggestion, request and advice to all allottees, all buyers. They must see it. Now the challenges we face is, only thing is sometimes the developers or the promoters don't have requisite documents, which takes time, and they are always in hurry because the sale, actual sale starts only when the registration is there. If the registration is not there, the money is held up. And sometimes it stalls the projects, it delays the projects, and the cost is very high to the promoter. I am always careful. See that if it is 100 crore, 200 crores per day interest is so much. And it cost rises every year, 2, 3, 4, 5%, whatever, depending upon the raw material availability and other things. So we should not delay it. And if the promoter completes one project, then he will go for the second. So our challenges are only that sometimes the promoters come and they request for the registration, relaxing little bit norms, but we feel like that those norms are very essential to keep the confidence of the consumer. We do relax, and now earlier we used to insist that environment clearance should be there, pollution control should be there. Now we feel like that all these things takes time, so we give 6 months time, 3 months time, whatever the promoter says. So we relax the norms, looking into the project. So otherwise we don't have much of challenges as such. Yes, enforcement we are little weak, we don't go much, but we have quarterly progress reports and other things which promoter files, and it gives insight into the project to any consumer sitting across the globe. So he can look into that, how much money he has received from the consumers, how much has it been rightly used that. We have separate bank account out of which 70% amount has to be invested only on the development and the land cost, 30% for the other cost. So there are restrictions, and it puts quite discipline in the development. I feel like that as a RERA authority, as an authority, that promoter is a trustee as far as the money of the consumer is concerned. He has to deliver it, he should deliver it, and he should feel like a trustee that he has received the money. It's not the earnings, savings only. It's the loans which he may probably pay in the next 20 years. When I bought my house, I pledged the salary of my wife almost for the next 20 years. She had 25 years service left. So she felt like that she is serving only for the house. So we feel like that, and the promoters should also feel it. The promoters are very sensitive to that thing, that they have to deliver it in time. We have a law that if he doesn't deliver, whatever is the time period given, we give them interest almost at 10 to 11% for the delay. So now the allottees are taken care after coming into Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. It's much more tilted towards the consumers, towards the allottees. So allottees are very safe after coming into our authority.
ठीक है, तो अलॉटीज आर सेफ. यहाँ पे पवनदीप सर, आपसे मेरा सवाल ये है कि हम सर्टेन बिहेवियर की बात करते हैं. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दैट. तो एक बड़े वर्ग, मैं ऐसे बहुत सारे लोगों को जानती हूँ, इनफैक्ट आई एम ऑल्सो टिल्टेड टूवर्ड्स दैट, कि लोन अगर इफ वी कैन अफोर्ड, अभी जैसे सर ने कहा कि मेरा 20 साल 25 साल मुझे वो लोड कैरी करना है, तो कई लोग सोचते हैं कि यार लोड क्यों कैरी करना है, लाइफ का कुछ सर्टेन, दे आर नो सर्टेनिटीज, द ओनली सर्टेनिटीज इट्स अनसर्टेन. सो ऐसे में वो बिहेवियरल चेंज आप देख रहे हैं, आपके पास क्या इंसाइट्स हैं? क्या लोग ज्यादा ओपन हैं, पर्सुएड करना पड़ता है, क्या है इस वक्त? अगर मैं यहाँ पर नॉट जस्ट चंडीगढ़ और ट्राई सिटी, बट अगर मैं पंजाब की बात करूँ तो.
So I'll answer your question in two things. One, when somebody goes to purchase a house, घर लेने जाता है, so उसकी खुद की equity डलती है उसमें. Banks also want the customer to pay some of his own money. Now when the prices are so high, his equity, even if it is 10%, 20% equity and 80% funding ले रहा है वो, that amount is very large for him. So he comes for a loan. Now traditionally what we've seen last, we've been in this business for many years, many decades, that culturally our country, our people are debt averse.
Culturally
are debt averse.
Okay.
लोन नहीं लेना चाहते, but लेना पड़ता है. like you said, because you want a house, and the house is outside your means, so you just to cover that bridge, you need to take that loan. So even if today we are lending a 15-year loan or a 20-year loan, 30-year loans we are doing to people who are young, and we've seen that the average age of a loan is not more than 8 or 9 years.
Not more than 8 or 9 years. Exactly.
So people do come back to us saying, bonus mila hai mere ko, loan utar do.
Loan utaro, rid utaro, कर्जा utaro.
So that it has two things. One, of course, person feels debt free faster. He's able to, then he also is able to shop around for a second house because income levels go up, or a third house or a commercial space. So that helps in the circulation of real estate happening. So that was one trend that is there. If we crystal ball a little bit further and try to see these Gen Z that we call the young, they really don't want to buy a house. They don't want to buy a car. They don't want to buy a house. So they say renting is better, or Uber is better, or Ola is better. So, and then they want to go out on holidays at the age of 25, 26, 28. They want to roam around the world. And we think of roaming around the world after retirement. So that is a crystal balling thing. And I think that's a challenge that is going to hit the industry. Not so much in a state like Punjab but definitely so in the tier 1 towns where where the mobility is higher, and that's where the youngsters move out to a Bangalore or to a Pune or a Hyderabad. So that's a challenge in the crystal ball. Thoda ka future mein hum dekhen usko. So I think that's a trend that we need to be prepared for. But I don't think that trend is going to hit Punjab any sooner. There's enough to grow.
जी जगजीत सर, यहाँ पे क्लोजिंग कमेंट आपका लूंगी मैं, क्योंकि आप ग्रास रूट्स पर काम करते हैं ना भाई. ग्रास रूट्स पर बहुत स्टेक्स जो है बहुत हाई होते हैं, क्रेडिबिलिटी भी उसको वो भी एक स्टेक पे होती है. ऐसे में मैं थोड़ा सा वर्कर्स के बारे में भी आपसे बात करना चाहती हूँ. आपने ऑन अ लाइटर नोट आपने डेवलपर्स की बात की, वो जो बेचारे कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स और दूसरे वर्कर्स हैं उनके एज एन इंडस्ट्री वेयर डू यू सी इट हेडेड, और किस तरह स्पेशली अगर मैं लेबर की बात करूं, वर्कर्स की बात करूं, उनके लिए व्हाट आर योर प्लान्स?
See, when you see the logo of Kradai, Punjab, it is only in this state where it is written that largest real estate developers stakeholders platform. Largest real estate stakeholders platform. When we talk stakeholders, it is not only developers, it is not only builders, it is the construction workers, it is the end users, it is the building material manufacturers, suppliers. We take care of everyone. This we have proved when we passed through the serious pandemic. Everyone was seriously involved to see that the labor is having adequate food. If any problem is there, medically we organize camps. We organize even routine checkings. We saw that how the their kids are placed, and regularly we provided them food and other things, and even increments. There was a time when we asked that the higher staff has to get 50% salaries, but the workers will get the same, and even the incentives if those are required. If any good ceremony is happening in anyone's family, let's see when the norms allow, we are to help them. So they are part and parcel, and हमारे तो some young home buyer is there. He is enjoying the family life. See, when we talk of our religion, दसम पाशाह ने ये वर्ड यूज किए थे कि इन्हीं की कृपा से सजे हम हैं. So they are working. Only then he's enjoying. Only then we are surviving, and we get a chance to sit across a huge crowd with proud, along with our chairman, which is not possible otherwise. So we take care of our workers to the best we can. We celebrate all good occasions with them, and even we celebrate our birthdays with them before going to any high-end party. They get we equally give them a feel that they are part and parcel, and all celebrations, all functions they are thoroughly involved. This practically, I think, all developers are doing.
जी.
Yeah.
So may you keep soaring high and high. And आपके लिए फ्यूचर अच्छा है कि इतने बच्चे भी इनिशिएट किए जा रहे हैं इस बिजनेस में. So this augurs well for you. Huge round of applause, please, everyone. Thank you.
मैं एक वर्ड के साथ कंक्लूड करूं. मैं I always say, so the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but we have promised, not I. So the word poet used I. We have promised to keep and miles to go before we sleep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Aditi. I request all the panelists to please stay on stage. Now I request Mr. Jagmeet Jammu, Regional Head, News 18, to please come on stage, sir, to felicitate our honorable guests. First, we have Mr. Jagjeet Singh Macha, President, CREDAI Punjab. Congress, sir. Zordar taaliyan. Thank you, sir. Then we have Rakesh Kumar Goyal, Chairman, RERA. Thank you so much, sir. Then we have Mr. Pavandeep Singh Bawa, National Credit Head, Home Loan, HDFC. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aditi. Let's move on to the next session.